In today's video I'm going to talk about fertilising this newly seeded lawn. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tips video. Alright, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be fertilising Ash's lawn, so it's ready for a fertilise. Now today's just going to be a quick video because it is the holiday season and I am still working unfortunately, so I'm quite busy at the moment, so I'll just shoot a quick video and hopefully learn some tips from this video. Now the lawn has thickened up heaps. It is actually looking really good, and that's why it's due for fertilise, because it's started to peter out or leach out of the soil the previous fertiliser. Yeah! And this side as well is looking quite delicious. Right, let's have a quick look at the lawn before we do some fertilising. Now I'll show you that it is ready for a fertilise. So if we get down close to the lawn, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's a couple of yellow bits throughout the lawn. So we call that chlorosis, so that basically means it's ready for some nutrients. So I'll pick a blade out. So you can see that blade there, it's got a bit of yellow, sort of a tinge to it. So the lawn's basically ready for a fertilise. So if your general lawn has had a fertilise maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, 6 to 8 weeks, depending on what fertiliser you use, and you don't know when to fertilise it again, have a look at the leaf tips and just see if they're starting to go yellow, and then you'll know it's time to fertilise your lawn again. So generally if you're using starter fert or something quick release, 2 to 4 weeks and it'll be out. If you're using something like slow release fertiliser, it's normally 6 to 8 weeks and then you can reapply the fertiliser, depending on the time of the year as well. So if you're in the middle of summer, I recommend not putting out too much fertiliser during summer because you don't want to push too much top growth, or you're just going to stress the lawn out. That's with cool season grass. Warm season grass you can normally get away with it and put down basically half a kilo of nitrogen each time you fertilise the lawn. Now if you want to know about how much fertiliser to put on your lawn, I've actually got a video which I'll link up there, or I'll put in the description below, and it tells you how much fertiliser you can put on your lawn at a time and how to calculate that. Now the reason we want to put some more fertiliser down is to actually get those roots to establish nice and well and to get some good growth on the lawn as well. So that's why we need some nitrogen and definitely some potassium in there as well to strengthen those roots up. You can get phosphorus. Most soils actually hold their phosphorus pretty well, so it's not a big issue, but it is good to have some phosphorus in your fertiliser because that will help your root growth as well. Now I'm going to be using that NutriPlus fertiliser again today, which I'm a huge fan of because it's slow release and I've had really good results. Remember, we've got some carbon and some humic acid and some really other good micronutrients in there and a lot of iron, so it'll give our lawn a nice big green up. So I love that fertiliser, I love using it, and it always gives good results, and that humic acid also really helps to strengthen those roots as well. If you want to know more about that fertiliser, check the link I've got up there or in the description below and learn some about that fertiliser. So now time for the fertiliser. So generally I recommend putting down half a kilo of fertiliser down every time you fertilise, but since we've got a newly seeded lawn, we're going to put down 1/4 kilo, so 250 grams of nitrogen, that is, not actually fertiliser but of nitrogen. So again, if you haven't figured out how to do that, I've actually got a video on that as well, so I'll link that in the description or up above. But today we'll put down a little bit of a rate because it is newly seeded and because it is quite warm as well. So we're going to try to protect that lawn from getting burnt from nitrogen, too much nitrogen on the lawn, so give it a good water in afterwards as well. Alright, we're ready to fertilise the lawn. So remember, we're going to go in 2 directions just to get a nice even coverage. We're going to use that fertiliser spreader just there. So if you are going to use fertiliser on your lawn, make sure you get yourself a broadcast spreader like this one in particular, or a little hand spreader that you can get from Bunnings. I'll put a picture up here somewhere. You can chuck it out by hand, but you're not going to get as an even coverage as you would with one of these spreaders. Now I wouldn't recommend a drop spreader when using granularized fertiliser because it's really going to probably put too much fertiliser down below you and actually you're going to get a bit of burn. You can do it, you just got to be very careful with it that you don't have it open too much and you're dropping out heaps of fertiliser, because obviously if you drop a big clump of fertiliser in one spot, you're going to get some fertiliser burn because it's just too much nitrogen there. Alright, so we've got our fertiliser here and we've done our calculations in the book, so I'm going to be putting out about 2 to 2.2 kilos of fertiliser. So the amount of nitrogen that I've got in that is about 250 grams per 100 metres squared. Now I figured that out previously, my little maths just here, and so we're going to measure it out and obviously get the weight of it so we get a proper application out in the lawn, because we really don't want to burn this lawn. So because it's newly seeded, so we're really going to be careful with how much we put out. Yeah, cut that. Yeah. So much skill. Alright, so we've got our scales here, so make sure you get something to pour it into. So we've got this bucket here, chuck it on top, and then we reset it back to 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. How you do? Cool. And then we just pour in our fertiliser. Yeah! Yeah! We've had a spillage! Right, so always remember when you're putting down your fertiliser, you want to go in 2 directions so you don't miss any spots and you get a nice even coverage as well. Let's do some fertilising. Alrighty, fertilising all done, so now it's time to water this sucker in. Ash is just setting up the sprinklers over there. What a good boy. So you got to make sure you give it at least, I'd say about 10 millimeters of water to really wash that fertiliser in so you didn't risk any burn. Or put it out before some rain. Make sure you got a bit of rain coming though. So we're going to go about 45 minutes. That's how long it takes to get about that much down on his lawn here. So we're just going to be really safe and chuck it down now. Alright, that's about it. So thanks guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. You have a good week and a happy new year, and I'll see you next time.